Hello folks, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm showing you my Nerite snail named Goldie. Ever since I've had these two Nerite snails, folks, I haven't had no my algae's getting cleaned out of my tank. And I can't say enough good about these Nerite snails, folks. And the reason that I have algae in my tank is it doesn't have nothing to do with my water quality. It's because where my aquariums sit, the sun shines on them in the daytime. And I used to try to keep every bit of the algae cleaned out of my tank, folks, but I've got a lot of bottom dwellers and stuff, you know, that like to eat that algae and stuff, so I'm not quite so fussy about it. And I've got two Nerite snails. I got this gold one, and her name's Goldie. And then I've got a black one, and she's down on the bottom scraping algae off the bottom of the glass. And she just goes all over the tank, folks. But Goldie's been up here on the wall here, and she's the one that you see right now, right here. And they really do a good job, folks. There was a lot of algae in that tank, and I let it build up on purpose because I figured I was probably gonna wind up getting me some snails, you know, and that's what they eat. And I really do like them, folks. I've had them for about probably 3 or 4 weeks now, and they've really done a good job in the way of cleaning the tank. And that's basically about all they do, folks, is they get on the glass and scrape the algae off the glass. And maybe every once in a while they might go down in the bottom and eat some fish food when I feed my fish. I've got 2 Nerite snails and my 4 catfish, my Corio catfish, and 4 little guppies in here, folks, and it's a peaceful little tank. They all get along really well. And I done a water change on it just yesterday, so I know the water quality's doing well. And as you can see on the bottom of the tank, there's a little bit of algae down there, which is what I let build up on purpose, just for the snails. And I do the same thing over here on the 40-gallon too as well, because of all the algae eaters, folks. I only have snails. I don't have no plecos or bristlenose plecos or anything like that, because I had one of those big long plecos way back a long time ago, and they get too big for smaller tanks, so I was unable to keep it because I didn't have a tank big enough to supply the pleco with. But yeah, probably if I ever got another pleco, it would probably be one of those bristle nose plecos, because they don't get very big. And then they've got the hill stream loaches. They're real good because they don't get very big. But I don't know, folks, I just haven't gotten into plecos. I mostly get into the snails because they do keep the tank clean, and they're good for the ecosystem in the tank too. And I don't mind snails, folks. Some people don't like them, but I really do like these Nerite snails because they don't bother your plants. You might see them grazing on the algae on the plant, but they don't bother the plants in general. They don't eat on them or anything, and neither does the guppies or the cat corridors either. So I don't have to worry about that. I like a few plants in my tank, folks, but I don't want to get so many of them that it would overwhelm the tank where the fish can't swim around. You know, I think it does kind of add decoration to your tank a little bit to have plants. So I do kind of like them. And over here on this 40-gallon tank, folks, I wanted to tell you something about it. If you notice, look on the front of the glass and you'll see lots and lots of bladder snails. Well, they're unable to keep populating because I've got 6 assassin snails in there. And every once in a while you'll see those assassin snails come up out of there and get busy on the bladder snails, and that's what they eat. So I allow them to build up because that's food to them. And it works, folks. I mean, you know, I don't have any trouble with the fish or anything like that as far as that goes. But I take my tank down past the little intake filter. I take it down to about right there and get the intake filter out and rinse it out once in a while. And then I fill it back up, you know, and that's about all I do, folks. Because reason being, I've got baby fish in there, and I don't really want to suck up my baby fish. I've got a whole lot of baby guppies in there right now, folks. So, you know, whenever the tank goes down a little bit, I fill it right back up and keep it filled up to where the water will keep flowing smooth. But if I get a lot of stuff down in the substrate or whatever, you know, that I think's going to spike an ammonia spike, I will take a chance on vacuuming it, you know, to keep my fish from it hurting my fish. But I wanted to share that with you, folks. And yeah, as you can see, the assassin snails has got plenty of work to do. There's my Java plant. It's still growing. It's already grew out and got a bunch of shoots on it already, folks. And I'm still waiting on my Java moss ball. I'm still waiting on it to come out. And being patient with it. But anyway, yeah, we was talking about the Nerite snail, folks. If you have a fish tank, I would advise you to get a couple of them. That way you wouldn't have to worry about the algae building up in your tank. And, you know, some people say that they crawl out of the tank, folks. Well, I've had mine for a little while, and they haven't really crawled out of the tank. So, I don't know if that's true or not, folks. At least mine has it. They're happy in there, folks. Because they got plenty of algae and stuff to eat on right now. And so they're really happy. And to be honest with you, folks, since I've had them, this is the best that this tank's ever looked. And yeah, it's took them a little while to eat all that, but still, you know, they're doing pretty good for 2 snails. And you have to be careful when you buy those aquarium plants, folks, because I think that there is a bladder snail in this tank, and I had them all cleared out, you know, out of this. I didn't have any bladder snails till I bought these plants, so Yeah, they probably hitched a ride in on a plant somewhere. I've got the Java fern. I've got the Java fern here. And then I got the moss down here, which is growing. And I've got the Anubias plant. And I don't put any fertilizer in my tank, folks. I'm really afraid to do that because I have snails in this tank, and I've also got them bladder snails over in the other tank. So I'm kind of scared to use it because it's supposed to be toxic to snails. But anyway, I just wanted to get on here and share this with you folks. I went to the doctor Monday and they checked my ears out and said that my ears was clear. They didn't have anything in them. And that I'm okay in that way, so I don't have to go to an ear specialist. But I do have to go back next month and get a checkup for my cholesterol and my triglycerides to see how they're doing. So I have to go in at 8 o'clock that morning because I'll be fast. I won't be able to eat or drink anything. I could probably drink coffee, but I can't put cream in it, folks. But anyway, I just wanted to share this with you folks, and I hope you have a good night and a blessed night too. You got this, folks. You're awesome. Bye-bye.